Get ready for the dictation. 5 seconds. Start. The Green Revolution refers to the technological advances in agriculture that changed the way farmers managed their farms. These changes allowed farmers to grow and harvest more crops with less manpower. The Green Revolution demonstrated the power and influence that science and technology have over the economic, social, and institutional environment within which they operate. Traditional agriculture practices involved few or little inputs, with Mother Nature taking care of the crop. However, at some point in history, an improved method of farming arose, the Green Revolution. This focused on three interrelated actions. Firstly, breeding programs for stable cereals to produce early maturing, day incentive, and high yielding varieties. Secondly, the organization and distribution of fertilizers, pesticides, and water regulators. And lastly, the implementation of these technological innovations. The Green Revolution describes a rapid increase in the production of crops ranging from wheat to rice. It led to a boom in the agriculture industry. It was the technological response to a worldwide food shortage which became threatening in the period after the World War II. The beginnings of the Green Revolution are often attributed to an American scientist interested in agriculture. He is known as the father of the Green Revolution. He is credited with saving over a billion people from starvation. He developed new disease resistant high yield varieties of wheat. By combining his wheat varieties with new mechanized agricultural technologies, Mexico was able to produce more wheat than was needed by its own citizens, leading to its becoming an exporter of wheat by 1960s. Prior to this, the country was importing almost half of its wheat supply. In India, the seeds of Green Revolution were first tested during the drought of 1964-65. M.S. Swaminathan, an Indian, is known as father of Indian Green Revolution for his leadership and success in introducing and further developing high yielding varieties of wheat in India. These seeds were planted in different soils of Punjab, Delhi, Pusa, and Kanpur. The yield was over 4,000 kg per hectare, which was approximately about 4 times the yield of local varieties. These varieties were then replicated for public cultivation. High yielding varieties program was introduced in the Kharif season of 1966. States like Punjab, Haryana, and western Uttar Pradesh reaped the benefits of the Green Revolution in wheat, while production of rice increased in the states of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. There are around 12 components of green revolution such as high yielding varieties of seeds, irrigation surface and ground, use of chemical fertilizers, insecticides and pesticides, command area development, land reforms, consolidation of holdings, supply of agricultural credit, electrification of rural areas, construction of roads and markets, farm mechanism and development of agricultural universities. These components do not work in isolation. In fact, it is the consolidated development of all these components that result in the overall development. Green Revolution has influenced Indian economy to a large extent. One major problem lies in the fact that the Green Revolution did not spread evenly to all the parts of the country. With the introduction of Green Revolution in 1967-68, there was a phenomenal increase in the production of food grains, especially the wheat. Thus, Green Revolution in India can be exclusively called Wheat Revolution. Green Revolution increased production, thus bringing prosperity to the farmers. The increased production within the country made the country self-sufficient and self-reliant in food grains. This led to a considerable decrease in the quantity of import. In fact, now many a times we are in a position to export. With the use of mechanized and scientific methods in farming, industries too sprang up. Tractors, harvesters, threshers, electrical motors, diesel engines, pumps, etc. began to be manufactured on a large scale. Besides, demands for pesticides, fertilizers, insecticides increased the number of fertilizer plants in the country. Consequently, there were increased employment opportunities, especially in the rural areas. Even though Green Revolution turned out to be a unique event in the history of independent India by resolving the problems of hunger, famine and starvation, yet it had certain demerits. Green Revolution has greatly profited the rich farmers but has failed to profit the smaller ones. Rather, the income gap between the rich, marginal, and small farmers has increased. Moreover, not all parts of the country were benefited. All the crops could not reap the benefits of Green Revolution except rice and wheat. Moreover, the revolution took off with a great start, but it could not sustain its growth rate and productivity rate over the subsequent years. The Green Revolution had some disadvantages too. It led to a change in dietary habits as fewer people were affected by hunger and died from starvation. Many were affected by malnutrition, such as iron and vitamin A deficiencies. Nutritional content of the products thus yielded were questioned. Also, the consumption of the pesticides used to kill pests by humans in some cases may have increased the likelihood of cancer. Stop.